welcome back to the channel. So we've got the 2024 i5 M60, the M Performance version of the electric G60 chassis. So this was a customer ordered car, and they decided they wanted to change a thing or two on their build, but by that point in time, this car had already gone into production, so we did have to build another one for this particular customer. So it's sort of minimally spec'd, but did go big on one package in particular. So obviously G60 brand new 5 Series. Let's take a look at the headlights. You see revised daytime running lights, not quite like the X5, X6. Then you've got a quartering light right there as well, and some blue elements in the headlights, not lasers. These are, I guess, active matrix LEDs. And then the grille on the electric version of the 5, depending on what you get. So you get the eDrive 40. It looks like a more traditional BMW grille. This was essentially just the outline. There's also an M badge there and horizontal slats, although there's only one on each side. A little bit, I don't know, hard to understand here, because now the M Performance ones have been double slat kidney grills of vertical orientation rather than horizontal. Horizontals for the full-blown M's, but I don't know what's going on here. Does not have the M-Drive Professional, which means it's got the sort of silver outline. It does also does not have the iconic glow kidney grille. Then carbon black, of course, was, I think, debut on the E46 M3, and it's been a staple of M sport models. But the only way you can get carbon black is getting the M Sport on most models. Not all the cars offer carbon black. Basically, it's a black with some blue in it. Then we've got on the side here the style 940M, the blue M Sport calipers, and really sort of a busy wheel design as well. Then you've got our M style mirror caps, not quite fistable. And then we'll take in the side profile of the G60, make our way to the back. Then we've got i5 M60 badging in chrome. A really aggressive faux diffuser. And those taillights are very, very slim. And there's that side profile again in 3/4 view. So again, I touched on this before, so the G60, it looks like it's got some throwbacks to the E60 with that line going from basically the back tail light there almost to the front. I think on the E60 it was all the way to the front tail light, front headlight I should say. So underneath the skin is basically an i4. So you have 593 horsepower, I think it's 586 torques. With the boost function you get your torque boosted to 605 torques. So extremely powerful. In terms of range, you're looking at, in the M60 guys, about 250 miles of full electric range. Battery capacity is 83.9 kilowatt hours. And you do have access to Electrify America. We'll talk about that when we get in the inside with some changes for the better, I think. So opening up, we have the black Vaganza with Alcantara. And that shows up on the head restraint and part of the shoulders there in Alcantara. And basically an M color scheme there. Lots of blue and red, and of course mixed together, sort of purple. Got some M stitching there as well. Blue contrast stitching. So really, I think, comfortable seat. However, the one thing is that this particular seat is not powered. So the head restraint up here is not powered. It's all manual. I still haven't figured out exactly what distinguishes the two between powered and unpowered. Of course, the crumb catcher here is unpowered. So I think maybe you have to go with the sort of full Vaganza, of course, or leather. Well, lumbar support is deleted on this vehicle, and there's a credit for that. Not sure why that's happening. I've only seen it occur on the black Vaganza with Alcantara seats. Over on the side, we have our interaction bar. So lock and unlock right here, and then seat stuff over here. Of course, not on right now because the car is not on. And carbon fiber trim. All right, so in front of me, we have the M Sport steering wheel with M stitching, M badging. Really nice and good looking wheel. I think an improvement over the previous version of the M Sport steering wheel. Basically, this is from the 7 Series and I think the X1. We have our red stripe here at the 12 o'clock. So that's the difference between the M60 and the eDrive 40 with M Sport. In front of me, iDrive 8.5 live cockpit, heads-up display, the rest of your curved display. All right, so it's the carbon fiber silver with dark silver accents, and it appears only on the dashboard and part of the door card, not down here in the center console area. You have a wireless charging pad over here on the left. Right-hand side does not work, at least from what I can tell. Your usual inadequate sized cup holders from BMW. This one does have the exec package, which means crystal, gear selector nub, start-stop button, and iDrive controller, as well as the volume roller knob. Starting price of the i5 M60 is $84,100. Carbon black metallic adds another $650. The interior upholstery is included. Exec package for $38.50. See that credit for the lumbar support. Then adaptive suspension pro is included. Also noted that the dynamic cruise control is basically active cruise control. It is included on the M60. Then we've got the 20-inch wheels for $800, $300 for that carbon fiber trim. And all told, MSRP of this particular example, $90,345. All right, so the other thing we want to go over is some of the changes done with charging. So I'm going to go into that charging app. All right, so you'll note new feature is plug and charge. It's only on the i5, i7, and some iXs. I believe it's only going to be the 8.5 or iDrive 8.5 iXs. So you have to look at model year 24, I think, for the iX. For the i4, it definitely will definitely not come to the older i4s. It might be possible going forward. I think it has to be production after August of 2023. That's up in the air. So what this allows is, once you have Electrify America set up on your My BMW app, you can basically just plug in the car. It will start charging. Check the eligibility. There's a few more things you have to click through on this, which I cannot do because I don't have the My BMW ID loaded onto this particular vehicle. But basically, it's an improvement. So prior to this, you could only have the Electrify America charging show up on one instance of the My BMW app. So if you're sharing the car with someone, only the primary user will have access to the charging. The only way you can share it is sharing the login credentials. So this does solve it. So it will be eligible for all the BMW IDs on the car. So basically, plug it in, it's good to go. There's no need to sort of start charging through the app. Plug and go, basically just like Tesla. So that's an improvement. All right, so other thing we talked about is going in the connected drive store. I noticed Parking Assistance Professional being available. So that would be an improvement over Parking Assistance Plus, which is default on the car if you get premium or exec package. I'm curious why this wasn't on the car from the start, but you can add it. And basically, $220 gets you unlimited. And I think it's about $200 difference on some of the cars that do offer Parking Assistance Pro. But not bad, so you do have a little bit of leeway there. So one you have to remember is unlock all the doors, because there is no longer comfort access on the rear doors. So we're going back in time to where it was only available on the front. Of course, you have the 5 Series badging here, in case you forget what kind of car you have. Also in the B pillar, a little bit hard to see here. All right, so here's the view from the back seat with our Sky Lounge, which is included on the executive package. Back here, you do have USB-C ports here, as well as on the seats for the front. And then big miss, I think, is the climate control zone. There's no single zone or dual zone climate control in the back seats. You just have vents. I think a pretty big miss from BMW. because the i4's got a third zone in the back for the passengers, but not the 5 Series. Weird. All right, so in terms of knee room and legroom, really, really good. And headroom's not an issue unless you're probably maybe 6'6" or above. All right, make our way to the back here. Use our kick to open. So, cargo area, pretty decent size. You can also fold down those rear seats. You have a little bit of extra storage down below here, which also includes the charging cable. So everything you need to do to charge the vehicle is included. You will need to get a NEMA 1450 outlet, however. You can do that through a qualified electrician or use BMW's Q-Merit partnership. But overall, I think this could be a very big seller for BMW. However, I think the drawback is the pricing. It is quite the pricey vehicle. However, there are programs available. There's also a $7,500 lease credit for all i5s, and there's also a loyalty program, which I think will get you, maybe it's $10,000 or so off the vehicle, provided you've, of course, owned a BMW before or leased it. And that's it for a quick tour around the i5 M60. We'll see you at the next video.